Well, another day, another podcast. Except for we're doing this one first and the other one second. So
yeah,
this is the first podcast we've recorded, and definitely not the next day.
This is the first podcast we've recorded ever. So please excuse us if we have some kinks to work out. Or some chinks to work out. You know what? Start again.
Nope. You said it.
No, it's
too early to say chinks.
It's too early to say chinks.
No, it's not. We've said worse.
Armor. The armor kind.
Yeah,
YouTube, if you're listening, the armor.
He needs you to buff out the dents he's received from battle.
Gray area, YouTube.
Not a yellow area.
Keep this off to quite a start. Okay, look, we got some things to deal with. First of all, I'm Scott. That's Drew. This is the worst year of our lives. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Right this second.
Secondly, people keep asking if we're gay. And here's my answer to you.
Do they actually, or is this just a gag that I'm ruining?
Honestly, a little of both.
Oh, okay.
But here's my answer to that question. One, gay guys aren't this funny. Two,
I don't know. Have you ever met Ant?
Have you ever met... And two, gay guys don't talk about being gay this much. So I think that settles it.
Yeah, I think in theory, I have a girlfriend. I'm not happy about it, but I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
She is a female human being. So
for now.
So I guess I'm not gay.
Yeah.
I have two beards.
And
one on my face and one that lives in this apartment with me.
Yeah. It's a good move. You've really got your bases covered.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do. That way, when she goes out of town...
When Uncle Sam comes knocking, you're like, no. Look around. Girl over there.
look at all this woman stuff.
Yeah.
Can't you smell the blood?
Yeah, you can't put me in the gay gulag. The gay log?
The gay log.
I guess the gay log is just a penis.
Yeah, or they eat the poo-poo.
Oh.
That's the gay log.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? The gay men, they take the poo out of the anus and they eat the poo-poo. They eat the poo-poo.
Africa rocks.
I don't know if Africa rocks.
Generous?
I don't know if there's another place on this planet I would rather not go to than Africa.
It's not my number one tourist destination. I will admit that.
Even just not going to like an Egypt or a Morocco or a Tunisia or something,
or the Iraq,
just so I know I can
Africa.
say I've never been to Africa. Yeah, I don't want them to know about my life. I don't want them to know about my lifestyle choices. And do
you think the witch doctor / president would disapprove of you?
He'll know about me eating the poo-poo. Evil, dark, blackest. Maybe we should start over again.
See, now that you said a couple things, suddenly we're singing a different tune. But
you saying racist things, I'm fine with. Me saying racist things, I guess I'm also fine with.
Good, then we're safe. I saw a Chinese woman get knocked off a bike today. I saved that for the pod. I was excited to tell you the first minute I saw you, but I'm like, no, we're going to do it live.
Was it you? Did you pull out of your driveway and hit an Asian lady off her bike?
No, it was I was going up 33rd with the big greenway that goes through it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's just like there's no traffic light. There's just a pedestrian / bike controlled, like push the button and then lights flash and cars are in theory supposed to slow down.
In theory.
I mean, but this one, Chinese woman on a bike, don't know why. It doesn't matter for the story that she's Chinese, but look, she was Chinese. I don't know what to tell you guys.
It's important. It's important to me, and that's what's important.
So, some people and bike went through with the lights flashing. Then the lights stopped flashing. Then some time passed. Then this Chinese lady on the bike came blasting through. And a car going 90 degrees to her had to slam on his brakes. but still knocked her over. And I was like, first I was pissed off. Because, here's what... We'll see what this says about me. My first instinct was not, oh, did someone get really hurt?
Oh, I hope she's okay.
The first instinct was, I'm trying to go do a fucking podcast. Do I have to stay and talk to the goddamn cops now? But she immediately got up after being knocked off and was like clearly embarrassed because she knew it was 100% her fault.
Yeah, also probably if there was any law enforcement involved, they'd find out she's here illegally and not paying any form of taxes and then have to be deported.
Yeah. So when she got up quickly and was clearly like largely unharmed, I'm like, okay, I can go. But yeah, it was a fun thing to see, and I assume the conversation between her and the driver afterwards, once I left, was. I mean, she was embarrassed, but you always want it to be the other person's fault. So like her initial reaction was clear guilt, but I assume after she got up, she like tried to, play it much cooler and then talk to the driver, and I'm sure the driver would be like, "Are you okay?" and all that, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm okay," but like, you hit me with your car, and he was like, "You're Chinese."
I think that it's adorable, Scott, that you think that lady spoke English.
I give the benefit of the doubt.
You should not. The benefit of the doubt should be you should have no benefit, just doubt. You should assume automatically that every Chinese person in Vancouver doesn't speak English, and that way, if they on the off chance
only
do,
speaks mainland Cantonese,
then you would be like, "Oh my god! Like I can't believe you know my language.
You must be a doctor."
Oh wow. Yeah, I had Chinese neighbors for the first, 20 years of my life.
Never learned a word of English?
Never learned a word of English.
Honestly, respect.
I
honestly can't be mad. I would do the same thing in China.
I like moving to a new country that you're permanently going to live in.
Yeah, I'm going to live here the rest of my life.
And you're just like, oh, this is China.
Yeah.
Like, meh, I don't need to learn, just China.
Here's the thing. If enough of you do that, you can make it China.
Scott, I've got some good news for you.
They did it?
They're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing it right. They don't have to learn the language.
Yeah, I guess not.
And I think we have to give them a taste of their own medicine. I think we all permanently move to China and only speak English.
Ugh, no thanks.
Hey, we can have one kid.
Scott, you know what they're going to do to us.
What?
They're going to put us in the gay log.
Damn it.
Although I guess you can be gay in China.
You can be it, but they don't like it.
Yeah, and you can't be
flamboyantly
openly gay.
You can't be gay in a movie.
Yeah, but you also...
you also can't have ghosts.
You also can't have ghosts. And you can't show genitalia.
Is that also China in addition to Japan?
You can show tits, but you can't show genitalia.
You gotta pixel out
and I think that,
them pubes.
And I think the tits have to be
A-cup.
Tasteful nudes. Well, Scott, they're
I was gonna say,
A-cups.
You're safe. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's no Chinese women with like D cups.
There's never been an issue so far.
Never been an issue.
Most
of them are
A-cups.
flatter than a boy. I love that this
Some
podcast...
of them are concave.
I like this podcast that's supposed to be about a wrestling pay-per-view has exclusively been Chinese racism.
Look, I feel like we've actually been slipping on the Chinese racism overall
We've
for
been
the
slipping
run of the
on
show.
a lot of racism, period.
So we're coming back strong with this one.
Yeah.
This is a return to form, if anything.
Yeah, this is Jordan coming back out of retirement from
For the Wizards.
We tried playing. We tried playing baseball, and by baseball I mean being politically correct. And then we decided, it's boring and we hate it.
We're going for another.
And
three-peat.
also we need to make more money, and the money is all about being racist towards Chinese people.
Well, let's talk about other racism.
I have more Chinese racism to talk about.
Specific, or you just want to say
no?
You just want to say slurs more.
I mean, I do want to say slurs more, but one more specific racist thing about Chinese people.
All right, go for it. Let's close off the Chinese loop.
When I was in high school, my mom was driving my sister.
When you were in high school, your mom was Chinese?
My mom was, in fact, not Chinese.
Okay.
I would fall on my sword in front of a 7-Eleven if my mom was Chinese. So, my mom was driving my sister to, I'm gonna assume, dance class.
Ballet?
Ballad. Or,
Modern?
Or jazz, maybe.
Jazz.
Did she tap?
Little Bob Fosse?
I don't think she did tap. I think she did jazz and ballet. So she was driving her there, and a family of Chineses just gunned it backwards out of their driveway.
Oh boy.
Like they were going on the freeway, but backwards. Like, you got to speed up to match the flow of traffic out of your own driveway on a side street. And so my mom is driving and just gets hammered.
Oh, damn.
Spins and like ends up right at the curb off to the side. Not really a ton of damage because my mom had a minivan and they were in like a car.
They were in a rickshaw.
They were in a rickshaw. The van didn't really have a lot of damage to it, but their car had some damage to it. And so my mom called my dad. My dad and I like drove over to where they were, and the Chineses had gotten out of their vehicle. There was 5 of them in the car, and they all had their phones out and were all taking photos of the car.
Okay.
Like their own car that they
just
drove backwards,
smashed into
out
your
of their
car.
driveway. And then they were like all taking pictures of like where the van was and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like they didn't come over and talk to my mom first.
Yeah.
They started taking photos
Pictures first. Yeah. Checking if people are okay second.
Yes. Yeah, checking if people that aren't going to be able to sue other people are okay. So they came over. Only one of them spoke English, or at least like
enough.
Tried to speak English. The other ones might have been Yao Minging it. And like
a classic,
full English, but pretending like
full English, no accent, refused to
pretending
speak.
Just pretending so people leave you alone.
Yeah.
So he came over and talked to my dad, not my mom.
I mean, makes sense.
Like my mom and my sister were fine. Like they weren't even like scared or like upset. Like the car was fine. They were fine. So he came over and talked to my dad, and the whole time I was in the van. I might have been in the back of the van with my sister, and just fucking saying the most racist things I could think of out loud to my sister about the guy who was like 10 feet away outside the window, and just going nuts. And my mom was so upset that I was doing it. She was like she
stop that.
Like, she just kept saying like, stop it. What if they hear you? I'm like, I don't care if that's stupid. Hears me. Jesus. Like they fucking deserve to hear it. And of course they paid cash to my mom for just the minor damage that was on the van, because I assume they didn't have insurance, they weren't here legally, and they didn't want to get any sort of law involved. And ever since then, I've really not respected the Chinese people.
They are these people are representative of all 1.9 billion of them.
Yeah, but I remember after that, because like I think before that, I never thought anything bad about any Asian people.
Oh, they ruined it for everyone.
They ruined it for all Chinese people. Because just like the way that they interacted, that they never checked on my mom.
Yeah.
They only talked to my dad. They only paid. I mean, it's a minor fender bender that is 100% their fault.
Yeah.
And I'm not of the belief of like you have to pay compensation for like every accident. Like if somebody gets hurt severely, you got to pay compensation because you fucked up. But the fact that like they were only willing to pay the exact amount that the minor damage on the vehicle was and nothing more just infuriated me. So as soon as that was over, I was like, I think Chinese people are scum.
All right, I'm racist now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was never racist before. I had lots of Chinese friends growing up, and like never thought.
And then you stopped speaking to all of them immediately.
Yeah, and then I started like suspecting them of doing baby trading and baby trading. any missing cats or dogs in the neighborhood. I immediately knew it was them.
I got my eye on you. What'd you have?
I got
for
my
dinner?
round eyes on you. What if I just do one?
Then it's okay.
Okay. But yeah, that was the moment that I was like, yeah, I think I'm racist towards Chinese people. And then as I got older, I realized I was racist towards more people.
I'm like, oh, wait, it's not just you. Maybe this is a me thing.
You were my awakening. And then I realized,
oh, there's a whole world of racism.
Oh, there's a whole world of people I can hate for no reason other than their ethnic background.
For being different
or
than
their
me.
skin tone.
Or their crazy accents.
Or their crazy accents.
I know I have a good racist joke on streams when I actually make Adam laugh. Because Adam's standard improv style is you know how the standard thing is you yes and everything. His is no.
Period.
and typically, and not even talking in terms of improv or whatever, the way he normally laughs at my jokes is by not laughing at my jokes. So I know I got a good one when I actually get something out of him. I think something came up in context to lead to it, but I don't think it just formed of whole cloth. But somewhere over the course of human events, N-word Llewyn Davis came up.
Nice.
and I was like, how about that? And I could hear him like stifling laughter. He's like, no.
That's good.
Because he was definitely picturing Oscar Isaac in blackface.
Okay. Yeah. I can feel you.
And I don't blame him.
I don't either. Oh, now I'm going to think about that for probably the next day.
Probably most of the rest of the day.
N-word Llewyn Davis.
Yo, you seen that new Coen Brothers movie? Beep, Llewyn Davis.
The boldness of a film director who's white to make that movie.
That's pretty cool.
Especially the kind of white the Coens are.
Yes. The proper kind. The Hollywood kind.
Yeah. The money kind.
Lou N. Davis. Guess what the N stands for? Now we're putting a hat on a hat. N-word Lou N. Davis.
double N.
That's a fridge too far.
N-word L-O-U.
Yeah.
N. Davis.
Yeah.
There's got to be a Lou N. Davis somewhere.
I'm sure there's a Lou N. Davis.
And what does his middle name stand for?
The answer may surprise you.
Nincompoop. Lou Nincompoop Davis.
Yeah.
You're nothing but a...
But also he's an N-word, as per the earlier word in the title.
Yeah, a white guy whose name is Lou N. Davis, but his nickname is the N-word.
That's sick. Yeah, no, and it's still just Oscar Isaac. No blackface.
Yeah, no blackface, but his nickname is the
And that's why
N-word.
he can't get his folk music career off the ground.
And then it's like,
that's why
it's an ironic nickname. It's not because I'm racist.
That's why his cat won't talk to him anymore.
There's got to be like an old-timey baseball player whose nickname was
For
the N-word
sure.
or something.
Yeah.
Or like
just a white guy.
N-word lover blank.
Oh my god.
And that's his actual nickname.
I do remember there was definitely because we went to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes.
There was some old-timey guy whose nickname was Cum.
Yes.
C-U-M.
Because his last name was Cumberland.
Yeah.
And his nickname was Cum.
Old Cum, they called him. I've got some old cum for you.
Ew.
I've been saving it for just such an occasion. I knew eventually the Baseball Hall of Fame would come up, and I've been saving a vial of old cum just for a visual aid. Are you looking up cum?
I'm just looking up if there were any other really racist nicknames because there's got to be some.
Hey Siri, search cum.
There's some really funny ones, but they're not as.
I don't know if there's any overtly because they have to put them on plaques in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if they're just going to straight up put a slur in the Hall of Fame.
Well, they put cum in the Hall of Fame. They can put the N-word.
I mean, I got some cum I'd like to put in the Hall of Fame. I've had some good ones.
If his name is actually the N-word, you have to put it in.
I mean, if his name is actually that, but I don't know if any Hall of Fame baseball players were named the N-word.
Here's a good one. This guy's name is Johnny Ugly Dickshot.
That's pretty cool. Ugly Dick Shot.
Ugly Dick Shot. That's a pretty good one. There's some really fucking weird ones.
I'm sure.
I forgot that Bronson Arroyo's nickname for a while was Saturn Nuts.
Huh.
How
How about Bronson Arroz con Pollo?
Sure. Royce con Pollo?
Rice and chicken.
Rice and chicken? Yeah. Yeah, there's
it's okay. I'm also dating a Latino girl, so I've learned Spanish food.
Good. Yeah,
it's the same one as you.
Oh, well, good for you. I hope it works out better for you than it has for me.
Look, I also needed I also needed the cover.
So we just decided on the same one.
through a crazy mix-up. That could have been solved with one post-it note, 80s sitcom style. We accidentally chose the same beard.
I like the idea of there only being one beard for all gay men.
Yeah.
So you don't even get a choice. Like, this is your girl.
Oh, you're also dating her. Interesting.
Oh, we should hang out some more.
And you know what? You don't even need to bring her. Just you and I can hang out.
You and I sex. There are some very funny... the University of Northern Colorado Fighting Whiteys.
That's a good one.
Ah, boo. But it's like an ironic... They use the money from the merchandise to create a scholarship fund for minority students. But yeah, man, I like a lot of the team names.
Fighting Whiteys.
There's a lot of Indians and warriors.
I'm something of a fighting whitey myself.
You're constantly fighting the white side of your ethnicity, so you're fully Indian now.
I'm constantly fighting my tighty whiteys because my dick's too big.
Oh, I like racist mascots.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Oh, okay, yeah, the Savages. That's not that okay, it's pretty racist.
Well, yeah, no, also the mascot is just Dan Savage.
Fred Savage? Ben Savage.
Ben.
Ben's the cool one.
Boy Meets World.
I
like Fred more than Ben. Is that too hot a take? Is that too spicy for this podcast?
That is
After
spicy.
we opened it with slurs, saying Fred is cooler than Ben as a savage.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna get us.
You're woke.
Deplatformed.
Deplatformed.
We're gonna have to move to Parler and Newsmax.
Newsmax.
It's awesome that Newsmax exists. Like, if you think Fox News is for pussies, try Newsmax.
If you don't think Fox News is enough on your side,
if you think Tucker Carlson is leaning a little left,
then come to our platform where you can literally write the news yourself, and then it's the truth.
Yeah. And the news is just swastikas.
Immigrants are coming to vaccinate your kids.
Yep.
Yeah. All those Afghan refugees are going to come. They're going to turn your kids gay.
Yep.
They're going to turn football into touch football.
Oh, no, touch football.
They're going to take away your guns.
True. I will give up a lot of my freedoms in the name of supposed personal safety. You can bug my phone. You can fuck my ass. You can, but do not take away my tackle football.
Scott, and I gotta tell you even worse news.
What?
It's one hand touch.
No,
not even two.
Not even
touch.
Onesies.
But barely.
Both around the waist.
You just have to get a hand on them.
A hand on the back.
That's
what
it.
are you talking?
Yep.
No,
just a graze, a fingertip graze, and it's that's it. Down.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Afghanistan.
We must have talked about Afghanistan. It's been a few weeks.
I mean, we talk about it on every podcast that we've done since Afghanistan.
I guess we have.
So, one.
Our official stance is that clearly the Taliban are the ones who are supposed to be in control.
That might not be true. But
look, they were in control. America sent people in for 20 years.
Yeah.
To calm things down.
To be the white savior.
They left. The next day, Taliban took back over.
Within hours.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's nature finding its own way.
That's nature reclaiming the land.
Yeah, water finds its own level,
Yeah.
and clearly that level is the Taliban.
I love that the Taliban has become like cooler and hipper.
This ain't your daddy's Taliban.
They're all doing like photos together.
Yeah, they're all doing TikToks.
They're sitting at like desks now in offices, making it seem like they're real businessmen. Like bring your kid to work day, and they think that they're I'm in daddy's chair, so I'm the president now. And they're like sending out links to people to complain about things like bad things that are happening to them in the country, but really it's just a way of tracking people who are complaining.
I love that there was so much boy fucking going on in Afghanistan that there was an official military memo sent out to stop reporting it. Yeah. Because look, we're not going to fix it.
There's not enough hours in the day for us to fix this issue.
Yeah. I found that adorable.
There's only 2 people in the office today, and neither one of them can deal with your 3,000 complaints. It's gonna happen. Just let it.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
What can we say?
Keep on trucking. Keep on fucking. Those boys. It's a real slippery slope of
don't talk about Chinese people that way.
That's a slant, not a slope.
It's both.
Okay, it's fine. I like getting rid of the Republican president and electing the Democratic president who's secretly just a Republican, but running for the other side. Yeah. Because, like, you vote him in because you're like, oh, thank God we finally got rid of Trump. And like, oh, he's also not good. Now what do we do?
Yeah. Maybe we should get an actual left-wing party.
Maybe we should get Bush Jr. again. I want W. He can run again.
Someone sent me your favorite picture the other day.
Yes. What Republicans think, what Democrats think.
Yeah.
The truth.
Because it's pictures of
the last 5.
The last 5. So the last 5 because it was made during Trump.
It was made during Trump. Yeah.
So it's Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton, Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's what Republicans think, and it's like the 3 Republicans are heroes.
The 3 Republicans have like halos and like clouds
the light
behind
shining
them,
on them,
and the Republicans have like fire and explosions. Democrats have explosions behind them.
And then what Democrats think is just the opposite, with the 2 Democrats as the good guys and the 3 Republicans as the bad guys, and then the truth, which is just George W.
with the halo and clouds,
a beautiful angel,
and the other 4 are monsters. I love it. It's perfect.
It is perfect.
I think it's saved on my phone, and I've always thought about changing my background on my phone to it, but then I'm afraid, like, what if somebody sees it?
What if someone actually sees it? Yeah. Yeah, someone sent it to me the other day. I'm like, that is literally Drew's favorite picture.
I absolutely fucking love it. In fact, I'm gonna post it on Twitter right now. Just so that when you're listening, you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the Twitter and look for it. And then you'll see it, and you'll be
exciting.
Like...
Hey, what Twitter is that, Drew?
At not Scott Henson. Oh, wait, that's you. At Syrian Softpaws. Oh, man, I'm going through a lot of these old pictures, and they are amazing. Yeah.
That's the one.
I love beauty. W. I love W. He's my favorite.
He's a painter.
He is a painter and loves baseball and jet planes and wearing costumes. Oh, man, the pictures...
And is not the most retarded Republican president of the last 2.
Correct.
Which, if I told you that during his presidency, you'd have called me a damn liar.
You'd be like, no fucking way.
Sorry, the next one's dumber? Oh, someone's mad about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, outside my window...
There's a one-way stop that people think is a three-way stop, and it leads to some problems.
It leads to a lot of problems.
Yeah.
It leads to a lot of windows rolled down, pulling up next to each other, and just saying the N-word.
And screaming stuff that we said at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. Scott.
Wrestling?
We don't have a lot of inner houses left to do.
We got 2 after this, don't we?
We got 2 after this. And I think originally on paper we had said this one looked bad.
It was okay.
Other than the main and one other match, it was pretty good.
This one overachieved. This is a rare overachieving in your house.
Yeah. A lot of nothing amazing, but definitely
a lot of solid stuff, which is honestly all I ask for. I'll take a bunch of solid matches over
one good
and a bunch of dog
Shawn
shit.
Mankind and the rest is dog shit.
Yeah, and 6 horrible matches.
Yeah. This one 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 matches.
Big day.
And only 2 or 3 of them are bad.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Oh, it is pretty good. So we got this one and then just 2 more.
Rock
Bottom and St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And then we'll do an in your house recap and top 10 matches. You have to watch Hell in a Cell.
I will. I mean, I already know it's...
Have to watch it again.
I already know it's in the top 10, but yeah,
it's definitely in the top 10. It's a matter of where.
Yeah.
And then we'll do part 2 of the All Request Spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Total Request Live.
Total Request TRL with Fat Carson Daly.
With black nail polish on.
And then we'll figure it out after that. But
that's the game plan. Figure it out after that.
Yeah, pretty much. But we won't leave you baby birds hungry. Don't worry.
So
we got you.
In your house at 25, Judgment Day from the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois, which is a place you will be in very soon.
It's a place I will be in when people are listening to this.
This is on, yeah.
Pretty exciting.
Scott will be live and live at In Your House 25.
Yep. I finally got my time machine, and I'm using it to go to In Your House Judgment Day.
Well, you really want to see returning skinny Dustin Rhodes as Goldust.
Look, Drew, the world title is vacant. Is Taker going to win, or is Kane going to win?
Right.
Spoiler, nobody's going to win.
Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't know, and now they know. I guess the Rosemont Horizon is the All-State Arena now, which is not where the pay-per-view is.
Not right. I'm going to the Now Arena, which used to be the Sears Center.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because they couldn't get the big one.
I don't think
United Center or
no, because they ran the United Center for TV.
Yeah, but why aren't they doing it for the fucking pay-per-view?
Because I think they're loyal to the former Sears Center for All Outs. Because that's where they always do it.
That's terrible.
It seems like WWE for MSG for some stuff. They could run somewhere bigger than MSG, but they run MSG.
We also talk about the fact that it's that Sears was able to pay for the naming rights of an arena and then just all of a sudden didn't exist anymore.
I mean, and the tallest building in America. in the world for a while.
Because they only...
Was Sears Tower the tallest building until the Burj Khalifa?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
or maybe some shit in Shanghai?
Maybe something in China.
Yeah. But it was the tallest building in the world at a point.
Yeah. But it was the Sears Center until 2020. And then,
that's longer than it should have been. But I know it's hard to imagine. But yes, department stores used to be very successful.
Yeah. But it's... Sears isn't still a thing, right? Is it in the U.S.? Because I know it's not in Canada, right?
All the Sears are gone in Canada. It may exist in some form. Maybe the Sears catalog still exists and you can order by phone, not internet, through there. But I don't know where they're at overall. I assume they filed for bankruptcy. But
there's no way that they. I'm gonna look it up.
But like, it's crazy. There used to be like 10 different department stores in Vancouver.
Yeah, and we even for a while attempted to have more.
Yeah, we tried to get Target. Just the timing and rollout of it was just poorly done. Like Canada fucked up Target.
Well, it was Walmart Canada that fucked up Target.
Oh,
because Target couldn't get any distribution in Canada
because
Walmart
was shutting them out.
Walmart owned all of the like import export of items into Canada, so Target literally couldn't get anything.
Yeah, so we had a low end department store chain called Zellers, and then they went out of business, and then they tried to make all of them into Targets. But they weren't Targets like in the US, which is like a mid-level range. They still stayed at like Zellers' low-level range. Like, they were bad Targets.
Yeah. And a lot of the Targets took over.
These were not Targets. They did not deserve the pronunciation.
Well, no, I'm calling them Targets because they were in Canada and they have to be French.
Sure.
So, but a lot of them took over either Zellers or Sears in Canada.
Yeah.
And then after that, Walmart took over all the Targets.
Yeah, like Target lasted maybe 1 year in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you in a second. They filed for bankruptcy in 2018. They were $134 million in debt.
Solid.
Then they released the holdings. Sears released a list of 505 stores that were for sale in the bankruptcy process.
Yeah.
And then in 2019 they announced that they would remain open after some company won the bankruptcy option for the company and offered to keep 400 stores open.
I don't think that happened.
And then in February 2019, a bankruptcy judge approved a $5.2 billion plan to like keep them running and invest them. And so 425 of, what did I say, 505? So 425 of 505 stayed open.
Really?
That was in 2019.
I'm pretty sure they're all gone now.
At the end of 2019, Sears sold the brand name to Advanced Auto Parts for $200
is this Sears or Target?
This is Sears. Sorry.
Okay.
I was looking up if Sears had gone bankrupt, and so sounds like by October of 2019, there were, August they closed 92.
Yeah.
September they closed 100.
Okay, so there.
January 2020 they closed 100. February 22 they closed 51 more.
That's most of them now.
So that is almost 300 of the 425 closed. So I mean, if there are any left, they're really
they're done. Yeah.
And then Target Canada.
Yeah, sorry, I thought that was Target.
Sorry, I was Canada, Target Canada. There we go. January 2011 was when they took over Zellers and some Hudson Bays.
Yeah.
They first store opened in March 2013 and closed in April 2015. So
solid
just
2 years.
Over 2 years.
Solid 2 years. Pretty good.
They opened 1133 across Canada.
Yeah.
And I imagine they lost a lot
so
of
much money. So you wouldn't even imagine.
So then now here's a massive list of all the things that took over the old Targets, which is pretty good. I mean, a lot of Walmarts, a lot of Canadian Tires.
Sometimes just like a family of bears moved in.
Yeah, which kind of bears?
Either or.
Oh, okay. It seems like it's a lot of Walmarts. It's a lot of Canadian Tires, some London Drugs. So essentially, it was just like places that
other big box
that
stores
were already open in Canada, just needing bigger locations. Yeah. But I remember the one. So there was two. There was one in Coquitlam Center. There was one at Metrotown. And the one at Coquitlam Center, like if you walk down any aisle, they were at like 20% stock.
They didn't have stuff.
Yeah, their shelves.
I went to the Metrotown
empty
once, and it wasn't like it had just opened. It had been open for like 6 months.
Yeah,
I was like, you don't have merchandise.
No. It's
crazy.
Their grocery department was bare bones.
Yeah, it was the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Their like clothing section was just like a few T-shirts on the floor. I used to go in to look. It was tragic to look at Blu-rays.
Yeah,
and they would have some, but prices were so stupidly inflated because of like wherever they were getting them from distribution wise.
Like their import fees were too much.
US, if they were getting them from the US, like something at Walmart that was like $12 was like $36 at Target because they couldn't afford to keep prices down.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy that Sears could afford to pay licensing until 2020.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like I haven't been in a Sears in like 12 years.
I worked across the street from Metrotown, which is the biggest mall in the province, I think. And there was a Sears there, and it was there the whole time I worked there, which was until 2014-15. But I sort of, because I worked there from 2010 until then. And I could just see like the downfall of Sears happen before my eyes, because it had a particularly good public bathroom. So if you catch my drift,
I catch your drift,
which I use pretty frequently, and I just watch less and less the aisles get more and more bare.
Yeah.
And then
the floor gets a little bit dirtier, naturally.
Yeah, and it was a huge story. It was really, really big. And then they started closing parts of it.
Yeah, and flagging, sectioning it off.
Yep.
And then eventually the E went out, so it just said SARS.
It was SARS, and that, but that had the benefit of then Chinese people stopped shopping there. so
full circle to Chinese racism.
So I got my all-white public bathroom.
Whites only bathroom in 2014. Perfect.
Yeah. The dream.
Living the dream. What are you complaining about? You literally have your own private bathroom. It's
better for everyone.
You get your own drinking fountain. You get your own bathroom.
What's the problem?
What is the problem?
Your own schools.
Your own schools.
Finest educators.
You don't have to go to school with a bunch of dumb, basic white bitches.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice. Although I guess I didn't. I also avoided that.
You only got to go to your...
by going to an all-Chinese school.
Your Chinese-only bathrooms. All right. So, do you remember where you watched this one?
Ooh. I know where I watched the next one.
I don't know, live?
Fucking live and in person, baby.
In
GM
the
Place,
stadium?
Vancouver, BC.
In the stadium?
Where did I watch? My house. Yeah.
Not a brown house.
Not a brown house.
I believe I watched this at my house with friends.
Yeah, I also watched it with friends.
Well, I think I said that because the last one I watched by myself.
No, we're getting, because 98, we're getting into some by myself territory.
Yeah.
Like the big Friends watchings were 96, 97.
Okay,
there were still some.
Yeah.
And definitely WrestleManias and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was every month.
Well, and I think too is a lot of it was the pay-per-views were on at night, in the evening.
Yeah, Sunday night.
And a lot of my friends weren't allowed to go out on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Because
I've always found that weird that Sunday is the pay-per-view day.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be Friday or Saturday?
It should be Saturday.
It should be Saturday.
Absolutely should be Saturday. But I guess if your target audience isn't necessarily kids or teens, Sunday
even
makes
though
more...
they want it to be.
Well, they want it to be, but I think
not.
even the average viewer at that point was early 20s.
It was roughly 30 years younger than it is now.
Yeah. So a lot of those people in theory have work and or university college on Monday.
Yeah.
So they are more likely to be home on Sunday.
I guess
than
be
on
home
Saturday night where they would be
sure,
out hanging and banging.
Yeah.
Using the private bathrooms at Sears.
At Sears, yeah.
Or the ones on the corner of Davie and Butte. Yeah, so I definitely watched this one with friends, and then remember having a huge 8-person wrestling match in my front yard after the pay-per-view until it was too dark to be wrestling in the front yard.
Yeah, there were very few group pay-per-views where there wasn't some manner of indoor wrestling afterwards.
Yeah. Like we either did it in the basement with all the cushions off on the floor, or we would just go out in the yard, I guess, depending on what time of year it was. So yeah, this one was definitely like an 8-person like fuck around in my front yard till it got dark and my dad got mad at us.
Yeah.
So first match is Al Snow versus Marvelous Mark Marrow with Jackie.
WWF Women's Champion.
Who is the
Jacqueline.
new WWF Women's Champion, which she won not even like in a tournament or a battle royal.
Just a match.
Just beat Sable for it. They were like, we've got 2 women. Let's just do that for the title.
Jacqueline, 4'11", measurements, I'm going to say 46, 12, 38.
Yeah. Like, rockin' bod, awful face. Like a -5 on a
and
on
legally
the
a
face.
midget.
And legally a midget.
Yeah.
But wears like 10-inch stiletto heels.
Yeah.
To like make herself look.
Yeah, no, she stands at 5'11".
Yeah. She's taller than Mark Marrow.
Yeah.
So Marrow
good match.
Yeah, well, Al Snow comes to the ring, and this is like during like Al Snow is very popular.
Yeah,
like cheering for head and all the head puns are very, very popular. So he gets to the ring, Mark Marrow's music plays, and Al gets on the mic and starts doing the like, what does everybody want, and then what does everybody need, and but like it's during Mark Marrow's entrance.
Yeah,
so so anyways, Marrow and Jack come out. They get the ring, and then Jarrett's music plays. Jarrett comes out, literally gets in the ring.
And he's dressed to wrestle.
Yeah, because I guess...
Like, he's got his biker shorts and no shirt.
On Sunday Night Heat, apparently, Al Snow cost him a match against Scorpio. So he's coming out to get revenge on Al, which he never does.
No.
He disappears, and we don't see him the rest of the match.
The match starts with Jeff Jarrett in the ring.
Yeah, ref trying to get him out of the ring.
Jeff Jarrett is asked to leave. And he does the end.
He's a Southern gentleman.
He is a Southern gentleman.
But don't P-star him off.
I would never P-star, double star him off.
Yeah. So,
How many of those stars are buttholes?
Oh, all of them.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Tail star. Do you like the term tail star?
Tail star as in like World Star, but it's like furries doing black people shit.
I mean,
number one, let's create that.
You know what? I do like that, and honestly, that would be a better use of tail star because right now it's just furry butthole.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, we gotta do a bunch of like people in fursuits doing black shit,
whiling out.
Yeah, whiling out, knocking each other out, having people just yell and scream into the camera.
Yo, look at the camera, say tail star.
Tail star.
Okay, I actually really like that, and I will bring it up at the next meeting.
Nice. So the match was good. I mean, both guys are very competent
the next
workers.
co-opting black culture meeting. We got jazz, bitches.
We got jazz. Both very competent workers. Jerry Lawler has an amazing line that you would not be able to say.
Drew, can I say my goodness?
You can.
Because wow. So they're talking about how Al's a little off, got a little screw loose perhaps.
Yep.
And how did Jerry Lawler describe this in his own particular brand?
Jerry Lawler said out loud on commentary that Al Snow's dentist told him that his wisdom teeth were retarded, which JR immediately is having none of. Like immediately JR's like, all right, like come on, like you can't say that. But we had to rewind it a few times because we couldn't
believe it.
Hear what he said.
Yeah.
Like we were like, did he say retarded? We're like, no, he couldn't. We watched it listened to it the second time. We're like, maybe let's really listen. Third time we were like,
he said it.
Retarded.
Yeah, he said
Al Snow's wisdom teeth are retarded.
1998, baby.
Yeah, 1998, where you can literally say almost anything you want, especially later on. There'll be a really funny thing on the pay-per-view that's said. So yeah, I mean it's a lot of good action back and forth.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Missing some. Al misses a moonsault.
Yep.
Then, before that, like Jackie gets up on the apron and gets involved to distract the ref. We get the first of 9 low blows on the pay per view. Yeah. Marrow nut shots him.
Because Marrow was playing up the Galata thing, right?
Yes, yeah, he was playing up the Galata thing. Then they the distraction backfires. Like, well, first of all, you'd think like the straight up low blow would maybe be the finish,
especially because it
is the finish
in
later.
another match.
But it isn't. So when Al gets back on top, he I think he scares Jacqueline off the apron. He goes up top. He misses a moonsault.
Yeah.
Then Mero picks him up and gives him like a big slam. He misses the Marvelocity.
Hard on his knees.
Hard on his knees. Yeah, like real hard. Yeah. The two of them get back up to their feet. Then Mero gets him up for the TKO. And as he swings him, like not head first onto his feet, which is the... Like, they're not like legs down,
but feet.
He goes them the opposite way, so Al has to do like a full rotation around.
Al lands on his feet,
gets him right into the snowplow,
and hits the second straight 2 pay-per-views in a row. Awesome fucking snowplow.
Fucking total chef's kiss
really
snowplow.
Fucking good.
Like, gets him up real vertical. Mero takes a really good bump.
Hot take, like, better than Kensuke Sasaki.
yeah, absolutely.
Probably not as good as Akira Hokuto, because she wears the pants in the family.
She does wear the pants. Great. And so, again, Mero... takes the loss.
Yeah.
Like, turning heel was really the worst thing for him. Like, as a babyface, he was so hot, winning. He won everything.
Yep.
And then turn him heel and he loses every match.
He does lose
every fucking match. Even, like, tag matches.
Although he did beat Sable.
Because
he tricked her.
Next match, we're gonna gloss over real fucking fast. We thought we were done with the Disciples of Apocalypse versus LOD 2000 feud.
Wrongo.
We're big time wrongo.
This is the third DOA versus LOD match we've seen?
Yeah, we got 2. No, we got 1, a break. 1, a break, this 6-man tag. So the 6-man tag involves Paul Ellering being on DOA's team.
Yeah.
However, Ellering doesn't tag in. I think he does like a kick or something from the apron.
Yeah,
but
maybe he's tagged in, hits a kick, and tags back.
He
takes no moves.
He takes no moves. Although he's fucking jacked. He's Jade.
Yeah.
And the thing that sucks too is that the best wrestling managers are the ones that used to be wrestlers.
Yeah.
And he used to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
And has a 5-star match.
Yes.
All from his own doing.
Although when he got that 5-star match, he was also just a manager.
And it was because of his wrestling ability that he got a 5-star, not because the rest of the match was a 5-star match.
Yeah. And also, I've seen the match. It's not a 5-star match.
No, it's not a 5-star match. So
the only War Games you can make a case for being 5 stars is 92. Because like 87, 91, and 92 are all rated that.
Yes.
And we watched them all, and like... 87 got 5 stars because it was a novelty.
Yeah.
Because it was new, they'd never seen it, and it was cool. And it was cool.
Yeah.
91 is fun and has fun stuff. It's not 5 stars. 92 is legit really, really good.
92 is legit really good.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're all shit.
Pretty much.
They're all really bad.
There's no great War Games after 92.
95 is the one where Randy Savage forgets to make the pinfall before leaving, and then they has to make the pinfall, and like then there's all the Warrior bullshit, or Stevie Ray being on Team NWO because somebody has to take the fall.
Well, and then they forget the entire point of War Games, which is 2 big teams
factions
who are mad at each other.
They're like, no, 3-3-3-3.
Instead of a 3-way trios, where the trios don't even matter because it's every man for himself. Yeah. Because the winner gets a title shot.
Yeah. Dumb. Super fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But I just love that Stevie's the fall guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess who else would you put in the match to be the fall guy? Like, you're not going to put Horace or Vincent
Ray Trailer.
No, because he would have been out by then.
He's probably out.
Like, I guess, like, Scott Norton, but Norton's a bigger...
No one pins Scott
Norton.
Bigger
dude than Stevie Ray, so...
I love that his nickname was Flash.
Yeah, Flash, because he's fast.
I guess he's fast.
He's a fast guy.
I mean, he's relatively fast.
He comes fast. That's why he's called Flash.
Oh.
He comes in a flash. 100-yard dash. So yeah, this match sucks. It's nothing fucking relevant. They just beat up Draws the majority. Like, the Harris brothers beat up Draws for the majority of the match.
Yeah.
There's a hot tag to Animal that's super sloppy. And then...
Draws
and Animal do the devastation device, and Draws gets the pin, and Hawk is mad that they did it without him.
Yeah.
That is literally the only thing in the fucking match.
Devastation device or Doomsday device?
They called it Devastation device.
Interesting.
I always call it Doomsday.
Me too.
But they call it Devastation. So I'm going to go with what Jim Ross said and not what I know to be the truth.
Interesting.
Truth Commission, which we missed and I'm very sad about.
Yeah, not a lot of pay-per-view appearances for the
There's
Truth
a lot of
Commission.
things in this era that we missed. We didn't get to see the oddities.
No oddities.
We didn't get to see Truth Commission.
That's true, yeah.
Or the Jacket.
Man, they just don't want to show us Kurgan.
Yeah.
He was in both.
They hate us.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see singles Kurgan, like black gear with the claw. We don't get to do any singles Kurgan.
I forgot about that Kurgan.
Yeah, we don't get to see any of it. We don't even get to see, like, the formation of Right to Censor.
Well, that's after. That's later.
Yeah, but it was like all this in your house stuff. We don't get to see anything, like any of that stuff.
But Right to Censor is long after.
Well, yeah, I know, but like all the stuff I remember from this era.
Yeah,
we like get to see. Like I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, we'll get to see this. Like,
nope.
Well, like we get to see like 2 headbangers matches,
and we were looking. Will we ever get to see the new Blackjacks? We got them once.
We got them once, yeah. Like there's a lot that I was like, oh, there'll be stuff on the In Your Houses. You're like, no, not really.
No, there's a lot of mid-card shit that never made pay-per-view.
Yeah, which is a little disappointing.
Yeah.
So next is WWF Light Heavyweight title match.
First defense in, I don't know, 5 months?
Yeah, we looked it up. And
So Taka's held the title since last December, so for 10 months. I think he's got 4 defenses, the most recent of which was a long time ago. They've completely forgotten about the title at this point.
Yeah, they really put a lot of time and effort into crowning him the new champion.
Yeah,
and then we're like, oh, we don't really have a lot of light heavyweight wrestlers.
We didn't think this through.
So, televised ones. I don't know why Eric quoted televised. It's televised. So yeah, WrestleMania against Aguila.
Yeah.
Then a Raw title defense in May against Dick Togo. A June Raw title match against Funaki. And then this. So June to
4 months.
October.
Nice.
So yeah, Taka Michinoku defending against...
And no pay-per-view in 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since WrestleMania, yeah. So Taka defending against Christian, who vaguely debuted last in your house by distracting Edge. He's now with Gangrel. They are definitely not vampires.
I don't get the deal. I don't understand.
Couldn't they say they're vampires?
Is it...
Like, does calling them vampires make it too dumb?
That's my wonder. Is that Vince's thinking? Like, their gimmick is they're vampires, but if we just say they're vampires, it's too silly.
Like, will people think it's stupid, like a wrestling garbage man or plumber?
Yeah.
Or a repo man? Is it that level of dumb, or is it hip and cool? So, being mysterious, but having fangs, drinking blood,
wearing puffy shirts,
coming out to like this evil gothic music with fire in the dark with red light is good enough.
Yeah.
But we can't say the V word.
They never say the V word. They never lost their V card.
Never lost their V card. Never got their V card.
True.
They were born without it. So...
I was born fucking.
I was born fucked. Like that baby in a Serbian film. So heel versus heel.
Yeah. P.S. first light heavyweight title match in 4 months, and they couldn't find one baby face.
Nope.
To fight the heel for it.
And even,
however, Taka straight up worked face.
Well, yeah. The problem with Taka matches is that he just exclusively gets his fucking ass kicked.
Yeah.
So he's by default the face.
Like, he gets a shine at the beginning, hits his big dive,
does a big
gets
dive.
Cut off. Christian gets a bunch of heat on him like a heel.
Christian does all of his fucking moves.
Taka makes a big comeback, and then turns heel at the end of his comeback. He's like, he gets all cocky. He's like, I'm gonna beat him now.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my move. Like, you're gonna watch it and like it.
And then goes for the Michinoku driver. Christian rolls him up and gets a face pop for beating him, even though he was a heel the whole match. It was very odd, but a good enough match.
Yeah. There was a sign in the crowd, hard cam side, that said, Padgett is a pedophile.
Padgett is a pedophile, and we assume this sign was deemed okay and not confiscated because I assume Padgett is a girl's name, and it's okay for girls to be pedophiles.
Is it Padgett Brewster? Is she a pedophile?
She doesn't have a D in her name, so
that's right.
And I will not hear you say anything bad about Padgett Brewster, who I legitimately love.
But what if she was a pedophile to, like, 12-year-old you? What if she wanted to fuck 12-year-old Scott Henson?
So she's the pedophile and I'm the victim?
Yeah.
And she's hot?
Yeah, well, of course.
Nice.
Nice. Did she perform oral sex on him? I think so.
Nice.
There was 2 pretty cool moves in this, or like 1 cool move and 1 scary move. Christian did like a really smooth
yes.
I think it was like, was it a counter the hip toss into a Russian leg sweep, and as he landed, he just like very smoothly floated right over into a pin.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how he got into the Russian leg sweep, because it was a smooth reversal, and then great Russian leg sweep, back roll right into a pin.
Like a perfect float over.
Looked awesome.
And then there was a scary fall bump by Taka where him and Christian were doing running the rope spot. Christian holds himself up at the ropes and Taka runs. He pulls the rope down. It looked like Taka was supposed to grab the top rope.
Didn't touch it, and
just went ass over tea kettle to the
full splat on the floor.
What is ass?
What is with Taka flying out of the ring and splatting?
I mean, it's kind of his spot.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes
this
sense.
This one is not as bad as his worst.
The Rumble is the worst.
The worst one was on his face,
where Jerry Lawler just constantly makes them re-show it and calls him like a chink.
I don't know if he does that.
He definitely refers to him as being Chinese.
Sure.
Like he like, I think at one point he says, "Show me the Chinese guy again." Like it definitely happens.
Who's been there for 3 years
and wears a Japanese flag on his pants, waves a Japanese flag.
Yeah.
His Titantron is a Japanese flag, but he's a Chinaman.
Correct.
Yeah. So next is the return
of the Mac
of Golden Dust. Because his name's Dustin and he's wearing gold. Blow your mind?
Oh.
So they show the exact same hype package they showed from the last pay-per-view.
But now there's more stuff at the end.
When Goldust was still preaching Jesus.
Yep.
But now this one shows the return of Goldust on Raw.
Yeah.
They show Goldust debuting the Shattered Dreams, which has a camera shot
great camera shot
above the bottom turnbuckle,
looking
out through into the ring, where you just see Val's balls and dick
hanging
over the top of the second turnbuckle.
Very artful,
very artsy, and then getting kicked. So Dustin has lost a ton of weight. Like he's slimmed down. He's probably still on drugs, but he's slimmed down.
We're gonna say if he's
actually
still
maybe not, because this is during the time he found Jesus.
Yeah.
So maybe he is off drugs and then gets back on drugs.
But if he is still a junkie, he's doing like uppers now.
Yeah. So Dustin is a fucking house of fire in this match.
Yeah.
Like he's going. He during the intro, Val's trying to do his trying to fuck the ladies, and Goldust cuts him off.
You gotta fuck those ladies.
But yeah, I mean the match is good. There's a lot of like Goldust doing like power moves and a lot of Val powdering and kissing Terry, which is gross because she's pug fugly.
Yeah.
But then
confirmed.
There's too much groundwork, which
becomes,
starting now becomes a
theme of the show.
Yeah, across the pay-per-view is a ton of groundwork,
just working holds.
And then there is a lot of dick shots. There's 2 other dick shots in this match. And then at some point when they're brawling, Val gets a hold of Goldust's glove, pulls the glove off, and he's wearing his wedding ring.
Sad.
Which they make a big emphasis of, and then they show Terry noticing it. But at the end, Val goes up for the money shot and gets crotched. Goldust does a superplex.
Yep.
Then Terry gets up on the apron. There's a big distraction. Val tries to get him and just straight up eats a kick directly to the dick.
Yeah.
Which then appears as if he was supposed to do dick kick and then like curtain call.
Hit his move, yeah.
But
because you see Goldust kick him and then sort of like, and Val's like doubled over in
pain. Like he tries
and
to
Goldust
grab him.
goes to grab him like he's going to do a move, but Val just like goes down.
Just goes to the floor. And it's like goes to the floor holding his dick with his legs together.
Yeah.
And
Goldust just pins him.
That's the finish.
Yeah.
So
no more moves.
Whether he got him in the dick for real or Val just didn't feel like taking
another move. Yeah.
Like he was like, the dick kicks enough, we're going
good.
home. So several matches have like overachieved. This is one that I think underachieved.
It was there.
So it was a European title match of D'Lo Brown, who, since we last saw him, regained the European title.
Yeah, so now his tights make sense again.
And he added a little bit of purple to him.
Yes.
The Nation is broken up.
Yeah.
But him and Mark Henry are still bros.
Him and Henry are friends. Everyone else has got, like, Kama's a pimp now.
The Rock is a face temporarily.
Farouk is drifting as a face until he hooks up with his good friend Bradshaw.
Until he becomes a demon guy.
And Rock's a face for another month.
Yeah, so it's D'Lo versus X-Pac. You think two fast-paced guys who do like high, flashy offense.
Yeah,
like D'Lo does a lot of high-flying top rope stuff. X-Pac does a lot of kicks and flips.
Yeah.
Not so much. There's some, but not a lot.
Groundwork.
There is an amazing. D'Lo misses a splash in the corner. X-Pac hits him with a kick. D'Lo drops down for the Bronco Buster.
Oh yeah, perfect.
X-Pac runs in, and it's like the
leg.
If you did it 100 times, you would never be able to do it this smooth again.
Yeah, like D'Lo leg out straight up. Foot right into Dick.
Stops the Bronco Buster, but X-Pac also like gets his legs on the second rope.
Yeah.
And sort of springs himself backwards off of it as well. And it like they would never be able to do it again.
Yeah, it looks great. I know I've seen one other one where I feel like X-Pac protects himself less, and it really is just full foot on Dick, and he had to be wearing as much ball protection as he possibly
I know
could.
there is also a Kevin Nash Rey Mysterio one from WCW where Ray does it, and just it's like because Nash's legs are greater than the distance of Ray to the ropes.
Yeah, he's not making the ropes.
He gets dicked.
Yeah.
Then after so D'Lo just does a ton of fucking groundwork.
Yeah.
And then X-Pac gets like a really fast, like a good, flashy, hot comeback. He does like the duck D'Lo's line, hit the ropes.
Like running somersault clothesline.
Flipping clothesline and lands.
Just crashes into the
ropes.
He
He hits the ropes and just like neck bumps it.
Yeah.
Then he hits an actual Bronco Buster.
Yeah.
But then D'Lo gets back on top. There's more groundwork. And then as X-Pac's fighting his way back up, Mike Coyote fucking dies going through the ropes to the floor.
Yeah.
I think he gets kicked by X-Pac?
Something.
Like D'Lo ducks, he gets the spin kick,
and
then just goes like head first through the ropes to the floor. Fucking dies. So China's with X-Pac. She gets up to get I think she gets on the apron, but then Mark Henry comes out to try and get topped by China.
Yep.
Then while China and Mark Henry are on the floor, Mark Henry throws the belt in. Yeah. D'Lo gets the belt and does maybe the worst belt shot of all time.
Yeah,
one of them.
It was a belt shot with little wind up and no follow through. It was a bop.
Holding it at his side with his arms at like a 90 degree, holding the belt to his body, and just sort of walks into it.
Yeah, he sort of brings it 12 inches to X-Pac's head and then stops.
Boop, done.
Thank God that wasn't the finish.
Yeah, if that was the finish, that'd be a horrible
It was a
finish.
dramatic kick out.
Then Mike Coyote gets back up, and D'Lo goes to hit the running power bomb on smallest fucking guy in the company. Waltman is smaller than some of the women you currently employ.
Yeah.
And somehow they fucking blow it.
Yeah.
Like he gets him up almost all the way, but then just can't get him
all the way up, can't run with him,
and just gives him a power.
Can't sit down.
Yeah, just gives him like a dropping power, like not even a jackknife.
No.
Because he doesn't get him high enough. Mm-hmm. Which sucks. And then D'Lo gets cocky. He taunts. He goes to the top rope. He's going to hit, I don't know, a splash.
No, he's going to hit nothing.
Nothing.
Because he does the classic dive straight into an X Factor. And gets absolutely fucking planted.
Oh, yeah, just face first.
Just
mashes
destroyed.
his face. And then when X-Pac goes for the pin...
X-Pac doesn't hook a leg. He's just very gently on top of him.
Like, fuck, dude, are you okay?
You okay?
Yeah, that's during the pin.
Because we thought that was going to be a kick out and they were calling more spots.
Everybody talks too much.
But then it was the 3 count. So it was literally just Waltman asking if D'Lo was okay.
Yeah, but checking on his friend.
Yeah.
He was. But so X-Pac wins.
So the European title has changed again.
The European title has changed 3 times.
So has it gone X-Pac, D'Lo, X-Pac, D'Lo, X-Pac?
Yes.
Nice.
So it's changed 3 times in less than 2 months.
Yes.
And then I guess doesn't change again for a little while.
I think Xbox keeps it till Mania.
Yeah, I think he keeps it till Mania.
Shane McMahon wins it.
Yeah. So next is Michael Cole in the back talking about Austin. Out comes the big boss man who has returned on this previous week's Raw as Vince McMahon's bodyguard, but he's in SWAT gear.
Yeah, this ain't your daddy's boss man. No more blue police.
No more Cobb County, Georgia.
Cobb County, Georgia.
Now he's gonna beat up some black protesters.
Yeah.
So he talks about fucking up Austin. He leaves, and then out come the Headbangers for maybe Scott's favorite promo.
Which I remember it so vividly. I remember 2 things from this show, neither of which were wrestling. I remember this Headbangers promo and Vince's post-main event.
Yeah.
And that's all I remember. But I'm like, because when we looked at the matches for this show, you said Headbangers versus New Age Outlaws. I'm like, I think this is the promo I vividly remember for some reason.
Yeah.
But I love insider terminology in 1998. It's fucking cool.
Not only the insider terminology, they also refer to the New Age Outlaws as gays who have sex with each other.
They accuse them of tag teaming each other.
I believe he calls Mosh calls Billy Gunn a redneck hick ass slapper. I don't know,
something like that.
Something gay,
and makes fun of his haircut. Rightfully so.
Yeah, and then.
And Mosh closes off with a little insider slang for you,
some insider baseball.
For you cool 15-year-olds in 1998 who read the dirt sheets. You guys are going to do the JOB on the PPV, and I was so excited.
Very silly.
Loved it. Can we talk about Mosh forever?
Yeah, Mosh, like
he's
only upper body,
huge,
like traps, shoulders, massive,
25-inch arms,
legs. Chicken.
Absolutely.
Like no,
a man after my own heart.
Yeah, doesn't bother to work out the lower half. Only works out the arm.
I do lower half, but I stop at the knees.
Oh yeah, you do haunches and that's it.
Yeah.
You got strong haunches.
Absolutely.
And your calves barely function.
Calves are nothing.
Yeah. Calves can't even.
Calves are an afterthought.
Yeah, you can't even do like step on an edge and lift because your calves are too weak.
Yeah, but I can squat.
9,000
pounds.
So yeah, WWF Tag Team Title match, New Age Outlaws versus the Headbangers. This is heel Headbangers and face New Age Outlaws.
When you told me the result of this match at the beginning of this match, I got very angry with you.
Because you remember who was who. So
you're like, this match goes 14 minutes and ends in a disqualification. I'm like, fuck you.
Yes, it does. So I wrote down that Mosh is a chonker.
he's a thick ass.
There
boy.
was some really stupid Billy Gunn rope running.
Yeah.
Just like he's going too fast for his own good.
Yeah. Look, I love a good hard rope run.
Yeah, me too.
You can go too hard.
You can
go
too
If you're out
hard.
of control, you can go too hard.
If you can't stabilize yourself when you get to the rope,
that's
you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If French fry when you're supposed to pizza, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
And Billy has a bad time. There is just so much like constant dumb fucking upskirt flashing by the Headbangers.
Yeah.
Like they do it they do a move, they get one of the Outlaws down, and then just like a quick
here's
and then they do the next move, and then do the next. It's nonstop. It's fucking stupid because they're wearing shorts. You can see they're wearing shorts.
Correct.
It's not like they're like, oh, look at my bulge under here. Remember when they start wearing the giant like fuzzy Madonna tits?
Yep.
All like
classic.
Jesus Christ. At one point, Billy takes the absolute worst slingshot into the bottom rope.
Oh my god! Well, it's not worse in that it like was
bad. It was dangerous.
Yeah,
Billy tried to like crush his trachea.
When you take a slingshot into the bottom rope, because you're legitimately whipped up with some degree of velocity, neck first into the bottom rope. So what you do is you put your hands in front of your neck and kind of grab the rope when you're brought into it.
Or you take it in the armpits.
Or you take it in the armpits.
Your arms go over the rope,
Sure.
it hits you in the armpit, and it looks like it gets your throat.
Yeah. However, Billy just was fucking around with his arms.
Yep.
Had his arms like way low, like under the rope.
Yeah, like wasn't ready to catch.
And literally just caught the rope with his fucking neck.
Yeah, like good. That's a good way to paralyze yourself, Billy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so this match really falls apart because they try to get the hot tag to Road Dogg, but they keep cutting off Billy. Then when Road Dogg gets mad and gets in the ring, and Tim White goes to stop him.
Oh, and Road Dogg saves his life?
And Road Dogg saves his life because they are doing a rope running spot in the ring, but
Tim White is standing in the center of the ring trying to push Road Dogg out.
Not in the corner where they should be, but
center.
Like in the middle of the ropes.
Where a spot is about to happen with the other three guys.
Barely, within seconds, gets them out of the way.
Grabs them into the corner.
They do the big, they do whatever big move. They're going to set up to do the stage dive.
Yeah.
And
the heel headbangers are about to hit their finisher and win clean. Yeah.
And Road Dogg comes in with the belt and blasts Thrasher with it.
Like a bad sport.
like a face.
Like a cheater.
Cheating to not lose a match clean.
Yeah. Really weird.
Really weird and infuriating. That we just sat through 14 fucking minutes of this match, and then the faces get intentionally
puss out.
Disqualified to lose.
What the fuck?
It's stupid. Next match is the Intercontinental title match. It is newly crowned Intercontinental Champion Ken Shamrock defending against Mankind. At some point after winning the ladder match against The Rock, Triple H wrestles some matches.
He wrestles for about 2 weeks and then gets hurt.
But then gets hurt.
And then he's out for close to 3 months.
It was either noted, never hurt anyone ever draws. Or no,
D-Lo.
Owen Hart. And never hurt anyone ever, D'Lo Brown, or safest worker in the world, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, two of those were sarcastic. Jarrett actually safe.
Yes.
It was his Triple H's last match was a Sunday Night Heat, DX versus Owen, Jarrett, and D'Lo, and we're like, I wonder which one didn't hurt Triple H.
Yeah.
It's probably Jarrett.
I wonder who's got a clean record far as not hurting people.
Gonna go ahead and place the blame on one of the other two. One who successfully paralyzed someone, and one who, by all rights, should have paralyzed someone.
One who actively tried and failed.
Yeah. It's probably one of them.
So, this one, as you would expect, was also a lot of groundwork, especially from a Mick Foley match. You don't expect. I mean, not
classic
like,
mat wrestler. Mick Foley.
It's not like Foley's not capable of doing technical wrestling.
No, he is.
But Mankind, the character, is not. It's not really technical wrestler.
Yeah.
So we looked up Shamrock's Intercontinental title.
Oh my god, what a dog shit reign.
Every televised match he has is either him losing by DQ
or winning
or
by
a
DQ.
double DQ.
Oh, double DQ, yeah.
So he obviously, I think it's probably him snapping and like refusing to let go of a submission.
Probably some of that.
Is probably what the majority of the DQs are.
But let the guy get a couple of wins on the record.
Yeah, I get like. There's no reason why somebody can't tap out clean to the ankle lock of a noted submission
of
fighter.
The world's most dangerous man.
Like, he doesn't have to always snap and break the rules and
lose.
Like, lose but also win, but lose.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that to happen every single match.
It's got a couple W's in the box score.
Yeah, it's so fucking dumb. There was a surprisingly good no-hands Rana by Ken.
Pretty good.
Which we did not expect.
I don't think Mick Foley's taken a ton of Ranas in his life.
Probably not, or at least not in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe when he was Cactus Jack in WCW, but
you never know.
There was an Eric Burnett is gay sign in the crowd.
Sorry, Eric.
There was also somebody walking past the crowd opposite Hardcam that had a sign that said, "China, toss my salad."
Yep.
Perfect. I believe she probably would have.
Have we had the Val Venus spelled wrong sign?
Oh, that I think that was during this period as well.
Yeah.
Val Venus,
like
which is supposed to be
sound like penis,
like a penis.
Yeah,
but they spelled it like the planet.
Yeah.
So you're retarded.
You're as retarded as Al Snow's wisdom teeth.
Now this is the moment where we got to see one of the most horrific spots I think I've ever seen in my life. They brawl to the floor. Foley backs up to the barricade.
Takes a little run at him.
He takes a little run at Ken, who gives him the snap power slam
Onto the goddamn steps.
calf and ankle first into the fucking stairs.
Jesus Christ.
And it looked horrible. Like how Mick doesn't walk around with constant bone spurs in both of his feet and ankles is like insane. Like he is the luckiest man. He's had to have a lot of surgeries, but he can still walk.
He can walk. Which is more than he should be able to do.
Yeah.
This was horrific.
It was absolutely
and completely
horrific.
intentional. This is exactly what they planned to happen.
That was what Mick planned.
Yeah.
So they get back in the ring. Shamrock automatically goes to the ankle lock, and this is I absolutely love this finish.
Great finish.
This finish is amazing.
Great finish.
What happens?
Silly post match.
What happens after the finish is not great. So he gets Mankind in the ankle lock, and Foley gets to the ropes.
Foley's like,
but then he pulls him back
drags
into
him
the
back
center
out.
and locks it on harder.
And Foley's like, oh fuck.
Like he's in a lot of pain.
He's got me.
So he gives himself the mandible claw to ease his pain and passes out. So he passes out, and they ring the bell. And you know how at the end of all wrestling matches, when somebody wins by submission, they state out loud what the submission that was used.
They say what the move was.
You know, they're
in
often
every announcement
winner
ever.
Winner by sharpshooter Bret Hart.
Yeah.
You know how that's a thing
That's
they do?
a thing that always happens for sure.
So at the end,
And
when when Shamrock is celebrating, they announce that the winner of the match, due to the mandible claw, Ken Shamrock.
Carol's like, no, what are you talking about?
Furious.
It's the ankle lock, baby.
That he lost. Yeah, it's ankle lock, baby.
Now, I would like it, and it would actually excuse it if it was just in storyline, the ring announcer going into business for himself to be mean to Ken Shamrock.
Like he's angry. If Ken had put Howard Finkel in the ankle lock on a previous Raw or something.
Yeah.
And then that was his way of you
That's
didn't
revenge.
win.
Yeah.
Great. Or you have Shamrock in the ring celebrating.
Yeah.
You show the replay on the overhead.
Yeah.
And then he gets angry that he sees that.
Yeah.
Makes a lot more sense. But
this wasn't that.
The first and only time that a submission has been announced.
The first and last time.
It's fucking terrible.
But the finish itself, very clever.
Finish itself, great. I loved it. I absolutely love it. It's like when people used to bite on their own body part to not tap out.
Yeah.
But then tap out or pass out.
Yeah.
Great execution. Terrible
silly
follow-up. Speaking of terrible, Mark Henry versus The Rock. It sucked and nothing happened.
And Mark Henry won.
And Mark Henry won clean over The Rock.
Didn't D'Lo cheat for him?
He helped him, but he didn't.
I think D'Lo held Rock's foot down or something.
Oh yeah, sorry, he did hold The Rock's foot down. Yeah.
But the fact that The Rock is next pay-per-view going to win his first world title,
going to turn heel, win the world title. But I guess
that's how they always do it. When a guy's turning, they just job all the way out.
Yeah. So literally nothing in this match was important. Mark Henry sucks.
So again, holds. All these holds.
Yeah, there was a lot of holds. Mark Henry sucks. He's super green. There was a people's elbow, and then he won with the big splash, which D'Lo held The Rock's leg down.
Yeah.
And then guess what? All of them are going to be heels in a month. So
correct, but not friends.
It was whatever. So the main event is a title match for the vacant WWF World Title.
Yes.
Because last pay-per-view, as we saw, Kane and Undertaker both pinned Steve Austin. So the match is Kane versus Undertaker with Steve Austin as special guest referee. And
what could go wrong?
Well, Vince has said that Austin has to call it down the middle or else he will face the consequences.
Yeah.
Which, of course, he's going to. Why wouldn't Steve do that, Vince? You dumb... in kayfabe sense, he's a fucking idiot.
He's so stupid in kayfabe.
He's so dumb.
Also... in real life.
Well, yes, but that goes without saying.
Yeah.
So, Kane comes down, Taker comes down, Austin comes down wearing the most uncomfortable looking referee gear.
T-shirt tucked into jorts.
But the jorts are tucked into the knee brace.
And a big, like, leather belt
and a big ass belt.
Yes, like, doing stuff in a wrestling ring wearing a big belt is a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. And also wrestling in jorts is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And with them tucked into the knee brace.
He's got no freedom of movement.
Yeah, but to be fair, not like he did a lot.
True.
He barely moved. He took forever to get down for pinfalls.
And sometimes he didn't get down for pinfalls.
So, yeah, the entire...
he's a bad ref.
The entire story of the match is Taker goes for pins and Austin doesn't do the count. Kane goes for pins and Austin is trying to fast count Taker.
Yeah.
But so, obviously trying to help Kane win for whatever reason.
I think because he's madder at Taker than Kane.
And because he beat Kane for the title in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's like, I can definitely beat this guy.
So, yeah, it's Kane and Taker doing a lot of clotheslines and big boots and like take the bump, immediately sit up, get up. It's just a bunch of that. And like Taker does old school, or I guess current school is that
current
one.
school.
They're really the only the only important thing that happens in the match is they do like a reverse whip that ends up with Austin getting squashed in the corner by Taker. He then stumbles out and eats a chokeslam from Kane, which Kane puts him down very delicately.
Nicely.
He gets him up real high and then lowers him halfway and then puts him down on the mat.
Places him into bed.
Because he knows that Steve's got a bad neck and he doesn't want to hurt him more.
Hey, maybe I shouldn't hurt this company's goddamn cash cow.
Glenn and Steve are friends.
Yeah.
So as he gets chokeslammed, out comes Paul Bearer, which you had asked if this was the fattest that Paul Bearer had ever been.
It's up there.
And I said, it's close, but not the most.
Okay.
He comes in and tells Kane, like, get Taker up. I'm going to hit him with a chair. I'm going to get him with a chair. So Kane turns to get Taker. Percy hits him in the back with the chair.
He turned on his own son.
Who he fucks to make Undertaker
his brother.
But he turned on him. So
did y'all catch that?
Kane no-sells it, turns around to get Paul. Taker then grabs the chair, but he kind of like fumbles with it in his hands.
It's a little...
And Kane turns around before Mark's really ready to take the swing.
So Kane just kind of has to look at him for a minute.
And so Taker just sort of like, with like the top of the chair, like just kind of boops him in the face.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get a good wind up or a good like...
He wasn't ready.
Shot.
Yeah.
So he just like panic hits him with the chair.
Yeah.
So after he hits him with the chair... and Austin gets up, kick bam stunner. Both Undertaker and Kane are down, and then he just does 1, 2, 3 double counts.
Also, I question the legitimacy of that. No one is pinning anyone. It's just two guys who are lying
like
down.
If you did a 10 count.
10 count would be more legitimate.
But yeah, he does the count, then he gets the microphone.
He counted a double 3 count with no one pinning anyone.
Gets the 3 count, and then proclaims himself the champion.
Correct.
He then says that he's going to go find Vince and fuck his ass.
Yep.
He goes through the back, doesn't find him, comes all the way back to the ring. Does a whole little
tour.
Gets in the ring, cuts a promo, Vince's music hits. Then the Titantron raises up, which is funny. It raises up. Then Vince audibly says, "Get the screen up, get the screen up." But the screen's already up.
It's up, Vince. We can see it.
He then gets wheeled out by the boss man, who, for whatever reason, has a balaclava over his face for no fucking reason. And he didn't before. And he looks stupid.
He looks very stupid.
So he comes out. And he's going to cut a promo on Austin. But just before he starts the promo...
word 1 into his promo, he is blasted in the face with looks like a soiled shirt.
I think it might be a canvas sign.
Okay,
like somebody wrote a sign on like a piece of fabric or something.
Yeah.
So that flies down and lands in Vince's lap. And Vince has like that split second. Split second.
There you go.
Of... You motherfucker.
He's so legitimately mad for a minute.
But he's got to keep his composure because he's got to cut
this is important.
Promo. Maybe that guy throwing that at him for that promo is why he hates the fans now.
Could be.
Yeah. So he cuts a promo on Austin, pretty much telling Austin that he couldn't keep his shit together, and he told him there'd be consequences. So he's gonna fire his ass, and like, so he fires Austin.
Yeah.
There is more garbage thrown at Vince while he's doing that.
Yeah, he starts getting pretty blasted.
Austin then says, "You're gonna fire my ass? Well, maybe I'll just go home and I'll go do some hunting." And then he goes, "You know what? I think I'm gonna start I'm gonna start by hunting you, Vince."
Yeah.
And then Vince, what is he gonna get? He's a boss man. You gotta wheel me out of here before he comes and gets me.
Yeah, so we're thinking Raw the next day is hunting season.
Yeah, it's Bang 316.
With Bang 316. Yeah. Does Vince pee himself?
Vince pisses himself.
Yeah.
I believe it's also just Austin beating up everyone.
He kills
on his
everyone.
way to Vince.
Yeah.
Like, beats up Slaughter,
he does
up Briscoe and Patterson, beats up the Boss Man.
Yeah, he does a revenge movie.
Yeah.
He does a
John
Kill
Wicks
Bill.
He John Wicks it, or Kill Bills it, yeah. Like, like, that is one of the greatest moments in WWF history.
No, it's a classic, for sure.
It's one of the biggest moments of that era.
And it's so funny because Vince was personally involved in it, but can't seem to remember now, like, why it worked. Like Vince was a fabulous heel, like honestly an all-time great heel, because he got his comeuppance all the time. The good guy always got one over on him, and the heel looked stupid because the bad guys are supposed to look stupid.
And even at any moment when he would get like a moment of success, it would lead to 10 times more him getting his ass kicked.
Like how storytelling is supposed to work.
Or like what you're supposed to do to appease an audience.
Yeah, what people like to see. And he's just completely forgotten that, and the good guys never get anything now. It's just bad guys getting heat forever.
Yeah. And
because he thinks... All I can figure is that he thinks that people being mad makes them buy tickets to the next show. But I don't know how long.
I guess.
Like, it's a real house of cards, because he's like, well, if they're mad at the result of this, they'll come back next time to see the good guy win. So and even then, because that's ostensibly the idea, is you want to come back to see the good guy get his revenge. Yeah. But then if you never give it, eventually they'll stop coming back. They'll just be sad and stop coming,
and angry, and stop paying attention to you. Yeah. But yeah, it's a real... He's really spiteful, and also senile, and probably has dementia. Yeah. But yeah, the idea that he is in the... I mean, he's probably on the Mount Rushmore of heels. Like, he probably.
He's in the conversation, certainly.
And he just really doesn't... Like, how does your brain go from the idea of, like, this perfect concept of a heel that you... Like, maybe it's because he unintentionally created it. Like, if he's trying to create it, it doesn't work. Yeah. But if he accidentally stumbles upon it, then it works.
I mean, to be fair, the only good things that have happened in the last 20 years have been mostly accidental.
Daniel Bryan. Him as a heel.
Yeah.
Like, it's true. It really is true. But yeah, I don't get how your brain can be...
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Also by accident.
Except for now. Yeah. But yeah, just the... it's clearly brain damage. It's clearly brain damage and old age that have completely fucked him up. Yeah. Because he's... anyone who has some kind of creative or power position like that doesn't drastically change their brain to the point of completely forgetting all of the good knowledge they've learned.
Doing the opposite of the thing that made you billions.
It's like, let's say that, I don't know, like Stanley Kubrick had lived longer, and he goes from making like Full Metal Jacket, Clockwork Orange, 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Fake Moon Landing,
to then he makes like Jack and Jill. Okay. And thinks Jack and Jill is on par with the things that, or is better than the things he did. Yeah. That you've taken these great, brilliant ideas, and then now you've made this complete piece of shit, but you're like, no, it's great. It's the same thing. It's like, how is this different? I don't understand.
Yeah. Or even like in terms of like not even a quality thing, but like a profitability thing. Like Marvel makes all these movies that make $1 billion, and then they make, I don't know, John Carter, and they're like, John Carter's as good as the Avengers.
Here's the Avengers. Here's John Carter.
Yeah,
this is us. I don't get it.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
This one made $1.3 billion. This one lost $400 million.
Yeah,
same thing.
Same thing. I mean, at the end, we still made money.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Everything is across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, that is an anomaly that we will never understand.
I watch dog porn. What's the problem? I'm carbon. They're carbon.
Me, them, carbon. Yeah, we're never gonna understand the anomaly of Vince McMahon. Like even after he's dead, there's still going to be so much.
I hope he donates his brain to science.
I don't think he will. I don't think billionaire Vince is a man of science.
Perhaps not.
Yeah, Republican billionaire donates brain to scientific research is not really a thing you hear a lot.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah, but yeah, even after he's long dead, there's going to be so much we will never know about.
Yeah,
because there's stuff that's only in his brain that he's never told another human being, and we will
secrets.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's lots of secrets he has that people are going to know about, but
yeah.
Being the father of Stephanie's baby, getting diddled by all of his mom's boyfriends,
gentlemen callers,
gentlemen callers, being a gay man,
all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, he's taking a lot to his grave.
Yeah, and there's not going to be a deathbed confession from Vince McMahon.
That's the disappointing part. You know, there's not.
You know.
It's a shame.
And if you don't know, now you know.
No more slurs. Too many.
And you know, another beep.
This one is really daring YouTube to take it down. So we'll see how it goes.
I don't know. You got anything else?
I think that's most of it. So no show on Thursday because we're out of movies for the moment. So we're back next Monday with the penultimate In Your House.
Rock Bottom, Vancouver, BC, baby. And Scott, I got some good news. The oddities are on it.
Sick. That's right. They are.
Golga and Kurrigan. I guess.
Stop saying Kurrigan.
Kurrigan.
It's not Kurrigan.
Kurragan.
It's Kurgan. There's no vowel between the R and the G.
It's Kurrigan like StarCraft.
I think that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's
because you're a secret nerd.
Correct.
Yeah.
We get. Do we get any other debuts?
It's a bad show. P.S.
Yeah, it's a bad show.
And the world title match.
Godfather.
One of the most dog shit finishes.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
Sucks. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, it sucks.
I thought I saw Mick Foley win his first world title.
Yeah.
Live, and I was so excited, and then that excitement was immediately taken away.
Fucking sucks. There's a striptease match of Goldust and Jeff Jarrett, which I don't remember and is probably terrible.
Is Deborah in the mix now?
She's with Jeff.
Okay, yeah, so that's the
so if Goldust wins, Deborah strips, and if Jeff Jarrett wins, Goldust strips?
I honestly think yes.
But why would Jarrett want that?
To humiliate him.
But then he'd have to see naked Goldust.
Maybe Jarrett also has some secrets.
He's a good Christian boy.
Yep.
He's probably got some. This match is whatever.
Yeah.
Also, Terry not with Val anymore.
No, Val fucked her too hard.
Yeah, and Jacqueline not with Mark Marrow anymore.
Mark fucked her too hard.
Maybe. Anyways, that's the next one. This is this one. At Turns Up Us.
At Not Scott Hansen. Secret letter.
Don't forget, if you want to give us money, you can.
Oh yeah, give us money. PayPal.me/Not Scott Hansen. When you're not listening to us on Thursday, send us money instead. What do you think about that?
I think that's a good idea.
That seems fair.
I think that's the best idea.
Secret letter A. We're getting down there.
Yep, almost there.
3 left by my count.
Yeah, that is correct.
Get hyped.
Scott, I don't just get hyped.
You get lost.
I get
turn it off.
I get pregnant in the ass.
Oh,